Hi guys, welcome back to the Kayak Shack. And believe it or not, guys, I don't know how I pulled it off, but I am caught up on stove covers. I got my key rings and everything reloaded at the Peach Park. I've got a few projects that I got to get done by October. I've got a lady that does photography that is wanting some rustic photo props for some photo sessions for Christmas, and I got about an October deadline on that. So hopefully I can get those done. It's only like 6 pieces. Shouldn't be a big thing. Most of the designs is going to be like a lantern type thing and a couple of wooden Christmas trees. Should be something I can knock out from one of my scrap piles in no time. But been in the shop tonight working on trying to get my Christmas ornaments finished. So if you stick around for a few minutes, guys, I'm going to give you an update on what's been going on. I've got a few upgrades, a few improvements, a few things that I've done here in the shop, as well as a whole bunch of new designs fixing to come out. So hold tight and I'll be right back. All right, guys, first and foremost, I was able to finish out these 3 stove covers today. I've had them sitting out here for a few hours, making sure everything's dry. Got everything done, so I'm gonna be shipping those out. And well, I say shipping them out. I actually have to deliver these, but I'll be getting those delivered as soon as I can. And that has me caught up with no stove covers on order. And that's the first time I've been able to say that in 3 or 4 months. So usually I have 4 or 5 in waiting. So it's the first time ever I've been caught up on these guys since I got this customer. So I finally got a system down. I'm getting them turned out and they're gonna be happy. All right, guys, I finally got around to, I'm limited on what I can show you. Actually, it's finished. I finally got around to getting my air assist set up the way I wanted it to. I've got this tied in now. Instead of cutting my air line, I decided to just make me a splitter where my air hose reel connects to it. And I got that connected. You know, I bought a roll of the blue tubing and those little snap connectors. I was a little optimistic about whether or not this little blue tubing, these little snap fittings, could handle 120 PSI, because that's about what my shop air runs generally. But so far so good, guys. I did step back and make sure I had my safety glasses on when I charged it. Nothing happened, so it's been charged for probably close to 4 days now, and nothing's ruptured, nothing's busted, so we're good. I will be ordering me some more of those fittings because I have, you know, new machines come in. I need to make little hoses to do my quick connects with. So I'm going to be ordering me some more of those fittings now that I know everything works the way it should. But I've got my little handle here, and I've got it set to about 10 PSI, maybe 8 or 10, and I've been playing with it. It's doing a really good job. All right, guys, I started this venture weeks ago trying to get my Christmas ornament collection up and, you know, ready to go. I did a few and took with me over to Cornelius Farms when we did that event over there. And the news that I came back with, guys, my research indicates that Christmas ornaments will sell, and that's the one I just cut. It's a 2-layered burn. The top, I just used the X tool to basically stain it. This doesn't require any stain. The only thing these will require is a little bit of glue. Stick them together, and that gives you a white background with brown, or depending on how hot you go, it could be black. I like this brownish color right here. And to get that on this Luan, guys, let me tell you what I'm running. 125 speed, 125 millimeters per second at 100% output. You know what? I'm gonna get me a better camera one of these days, guys. I promise you I will. There you go. Now you can actually see what it looks like. There we go. Yep. I have almost completely decided that I will be getting a Sony Z1 soon. Really soon, guys. All right, guys, in tonight's video, I'm gonna save some of you guys a lot of trouble, and give you something cool that you can make for Christmas. If you're just getting started out and you got your laser, I know a lot of people have messaged me and said that they recently got their 20 watt or whatever. If you want to come out, come out the gate this winter or this Christmas and make some pretty cool things. These are some fairly simple to cut designs, doesn't require a lot of tools, doesn't require, basically some glue, and then the poly is optional. I would recommend it just to give it a little bit of shine and kind of seal that thing, and if there's any soot in there, this water-based poly will kind of stick that stuff in place and make it stay there so it doesn't get all over your hands and stuff like that. So it's not a bad idea to use it. One more advantage over using the water-based poly as opposed to the oil-based. The oil-based tends to turn things yellow, just a slight tinge of yellow. Water-based is not supposed to be as bad at it. Now, like I said, I haven't done a scientific experiment, but all the guys that I've talked to, they say water-based is less yellow tint. Some of you may be able to vouch for that for me, but if that's the case, let me know. But that's what I've been told, and from my experience using the water-based over the standard oil-based, it does seem a little cleaner and a little less yellow. So, but like I said, this is just going to be a design that you can get and use for that, guys. All right, guys, here's my little workstation, and I've got multiple designs of these ornaments. If I can find my phone, since I figured out how to do this nifty little insert a photo thing, I'll take a picture of these guys and insert it for you. I've got a manger one. I've got one that's got the cross. I've got my generic little cabin Merry Christmas one. I sold out of those guys. Like, I think the first 2 people walked up to my booth bought me out of those the other day at Cornelius Farms. So those are definitely a good seller right now, guys. And what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to get ready for these October events that I got coming up. So I've been working on finalizing my files. I had a few files. This one here, I overlooked a couple of little cuts that I needed to make, and so I had to redo that one. This is the one I took the picture of. That is the final product. So I've got that done. And so I plan on putting these on my Etsy store, guys. I've got the deer, which is right here, and I've also got one that has a bear on it. I haven't cut it yet. I had one. Actually, I had 2 or 3, and they all sold the other day. The deer sold. Everything. The only ornaments that I had left were the ones that had the clack shack on them. Nobody wanted those, apparently. So I'm going to kind of show you, once you download this file, because I'm going to put them in my Etsy store, guys. Now I'm gonna throw. I got 2 or 3 more designs in my head that I'm gonna throw in there, maybe. But for right now, I've got the deer, the bear, the nativity. I've got the cross. I've got the Merry Christmas. This one you can actually go in when you get the file and you can edit that text, and you can have it say Merry Christmas or put a name there or whatever if you want to edit that text. I've got the snowflake, this other snowflake one, and whatever else I can come up with in the next hour or so. But I'm just going to show you, if you do download my file and you cut these, what you're going to end up with is 2 pieces. You've got the backer, and then you've got the little cutout. Now, some of these guys are really, really fragile. You're going to need to make sure that you've got your focus set very precisely, because some of these little pieces of wood are tiny. And you're also, in my opinion, and this is just Clack's advice, guys, you can do what you want, go ahead and set you an extra pass on the cut, because if you get a little snag on some of these little fine details, these little small little pieces of wood and stuff, it's going to break when you start to extract it. You want this thing to where it just falls apart. If you have any little snags, those things are terrible when you got something with small detail. This one turned out really good. I got the graphic, had to move everything around, make sure everything was connected so that when you cut it, it would be attached. Took a little work, but I managed to do it. But once you get them like this, guys, the easiest way, like I said, I use Type Bond Ultimate Wood Glue. I use it on everything. Okay, it's kind of like that, what's that hot sauce where the guy says he uses it on everything. That's kind of the way I am with Titebond. If it's wood and I want it sticky, I use Titebond. So just put a little bit of glue, and you're gonna have to get a little messy with this stuff, guys, because the way these things are and all these little tiny pieces of wood, you're just gonna have to, and this stuff doesn't hurt you. This is like the Elmer's glue we all played with back in school. And if you didn't make your fingerprints with Elmer's glue when you were in school, you missed out. But it's not too late, guys. Get yourself some Titebond, and you can still make your fingerprints. Because if I leave that on my finger, I'll have a copy of my fingerprints here shortly. But I try to keep a little rag around, or sometimes I just wipe it on my pants. My wife doesn't care for that. It makes the laundry a little messy, but hey, what you don't know, guys. All right, so once you get those pieces, these pieces are exactly the same size. And so they should just snap together. The whole would line up. The glue should hold it. I've got these nice little, I mean, these guys, I don't know what in the world they were thinking, but these are like 5 pound, maybe even 10 pound blocks of steel. And I just use these guys and set them on top of them for a little while. I mean, you can use whatever, but those pieces of metal work well. They're really, really heavy, but they don't take up a whole lot of room. All right, once that thing dries, guys, and it's not gonna fall apart, I'll use one I've already done just to show you. This is a polyacrylic protective finish. It's water-based polyurethane, basically. These things aren't intended to be outdoors. You just want them a little shiny. This stuff's a little easier to mess with. It's not as messy. If you get it on yourself, it's a little easier cleanup job. So I just use this stuff on anything that's going to be interior, like these little guys. I just put just a layer on there so you can actually see it's on there. It looks a little milky when you first put it on there, if you put it on there real thick. But as long as the wood is dry, the stuff's water-based, guys. So it's gonna soak up into that wood, especially after it's been in the laser and the laser's cooked it. That stuff soaks up into that really quick. And so this stuff's actually not bad. Like if you have a booth and you do custom engravings and stuff, now you're not gonna wanna do it on a windy day. And if you do, you're gonna wanna take and get you like a 5-gallon bucket or something like that to put your stuff in the back of the 5-gallon bucket and spray it to try to maintain it and control it. But that stuff works pretty well for these ornaments. Gives them a little bit of a shine. It'll also kind of act like a glue. Anywhere that you miss with the glue, it'll help kind of secure that a little bit better. So, but that's what I got going on tonight, guys. I'm going to work on a few more designs, and I may show them to you because I'm not going to be editing this video until I get back in the house. So stick around for a little bit and let me wrap this up. All right, guys, before I wrap it up, I want to say thanks to everybody that commented and let me know where you were, your likes, your dislikes about the channel, the things that I needed to improve. And for those of you that brought it up, I went back and I edited the fly-in on my intro for the channel, and I've toned that volume down a little bit. I noticed it was a little high, but I guess I never really paid it that much attention. So I went ahead and toned that down. So if you're one of those guys that thing was blasting you out of your vehicle or out of your living room, then just let me know if it's better, because I turned it down to like 10% of its original volume. So it should be in line or less loud than I am. So hopefully that'll help on that. As far as all of you that are saying you wanted more fluffy, I don't know where she's at tonight. I fed on her earlier. She came in for a little while and she disappeared. So there she's probably out chasing mice, digging up moles, something. I'm sure I'll come in the morning and find out what it was she was up to. She likes to leave me little gifts over by the door so that when I come in, before I turn the light on, I step into whatever it is she killed the night before. So, but guys, like I said, I appreciate the response to the video. I wanted to change my intro video because I looked back at that video and it kind of surprised me, the difference in the quality of my video, because even for me, I looked at that video and I was like, that thing's terrible. So I hope that my videos are getting better. I do plan, like I said, I've just about landed on the Sony ZV-1. It apparently has all the things that I need to do what I do. Still compatible with mic setup, and it even has a little better active focusing, so that I can like show you things and not have to worry about whether or not the camera picked it up and focused on it so you can see it. But other than that, guys, like I said, just typical grind. Hopefully this week, now that I'm caught up, maybe I can do some videos during the week in the afternoons. I did pick up a picture frame that I plan on. I was in Walmart getting some tubs to put some stuff in, and they had this little picture frame for $5. Now, I know what you're thinking. I could have made the picture frame, and I could have. You know, I don't really have glass to cut, and this one's actually got the nice little backing on it and everything. So, but it says it's wood. It actually feels like it's wood. It's probably bamboo, but my plan is I'm going to take this guy and I'm going to do a little bit of engraving around the frame. I'm going to make a video with it. I'm going to bring you along for the design process, the burn, the whole 9 yards. I don't think I'm going to mess with the glass on this one because this frame is kind of big, and so that's going to allow me to put enough decoration around it. I think if I go messing with the glass, it may get a little too busy. But that's going to be in a future video. I don't know when, as soon as I get caught up. I know some of you want to see what the 20 watt will do with glass. And to be honest, guys, I believe it would be very, very similar to the same as the 10 watt. I don't know that there'll be a lot of difference in the two. Just got the bear ornament coming off the laser. And this is the way you want these guys. You want to cut these so when you pick them up, guys, you want them to fall apart, because some of these connect points and stuff are really, really small and the detail is really fine. So you don't want to have to fight with this to get it apart. But there is there's the bear. I had somebody ask for a bear, and so I'll try to put it right here by my eyes because the thing tries to focus on my eyes. So there's the bear. I'm going to throw it over here and put some glue on it, hit it with a little bit of poly, and let that guy dry. But thanks for coming, guys. I appreciate you. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. I know it's just more of a vanity thing for a lot of folks, but it does give me a little bit of recognition when people are scrolling through looking at the channels. I know there's a lot more people watch the videos than are subscribed. According to YouTube's analytics, only about 50% are subscribed. So if you could help me knock that number up just a little bit, that'd be awesome. But thanks for coming, guys. Have a good day.